Okay, so my topic will be about 30 CAN Fuzz hacking. I can fuzz my chunks. My name is Jay Turla, aka Shipcode, and I'm involved in the car hacking village in the Philippines. And I also help organize RootCon, which is a hacking conference in the Philippines. And just about me, I work as a SecOps manager for Bugcrowd, and I'm a RootCon goon or CFP review board, and also an organizer for the car hacking village. I'm also a speaker at some international and local conferences. So basically, this was taken during RootCon 13 at the first car hacking village PH. We exhibited some tools that we have, some basic CAN Fuzz hacking. We had the attendees play with virtual clusters and also actual instrument clusters, and also an anomaly detection system, which is made by Nickelbogen. So if you want to start with car hacking, the best book that I could advise is the Car Hacking Handbook. I mean, the Car Hacker's Handbook by Craig Smith. You can buy it online, and you could also have it for free, which is just an HTML page. But if you want to have the paperback, you could buy it from Amazon. So most of the questions that we have is that, is there money in car hacking? So 2 years ago, we actually had a bug bash, a car hacking bug bash, hosted by Bugcrowd, and then we rewarded a total of $224,000 for the bug bash, and it's just like a week. And yep, it was really good because we see a lot of bypasses for firewall of the car, and also some, how to open a car or how to DOS a car. So here are some sample attacks carried out on attack surfaces of a car. So when you say attack surfaces, these are the things that you could attack with the endpoints that your car has, or your entry points. So you can do CAN injection attacks on the controller, area network with the OBD2, the sensors, or unprotected components. And then we have the radio attacks, take for example key fob, replay attacks, and roll jam. For most bug bounty bug bashes, it's usually P5. But maybe in some future bug bashes, we could have this kind of issue wherein you may be rewarded if you can break something out of it. And then you also have hardware attacks, which you need to have physical access, like with the embedded system. You can have hardware glitching for those attacks. And then we also have IoT hacking on infotainment systems, the FMS or the fleet management system, or the telematics. So basically with IoT hacking, you need to find the UART, the JTAG, or other surfaces that the infotainment system has. Maybe it has a cloud, a web, or Wi-Fi wherein you can connect to it. Then, of course, some update software for cars. We have web and mobile attacks on certain endpoints. So maybe you can find SQL injection, cross-site scripting on the cars. So, yep, there are a lot of attack surfaces. In bug bashes, it's not just about the car. It's also about its web and mobile endpoints. Now, other attack surfaces that you could carry out, we have the DOS or denial of service attacks and memory corruption against Bluetooth services or Wi-Fi and other services. So here's a sample of an unauthorized CAN access. So this is from the Black Hat paper for CAN tools. And basically, if you rip off some of the components and then measured with a logic analyzer or a multi-tester, and then, for example, if you find 1.5 volts on 2 twisted wires, so you can see from there that it's probably CAN. It's where CAN is traveling. Then you can start with your attack. So airplanes have CAN too, and motorcycles as well. So basically, they have CAN to reduce the number of interconnecting wires from control panels in the flight deck to system computers in the avionics compartment. So they have the Airbus deployed CAN bus. So in fact, I've also heard that some satellites have CAN too. Now, basically, this is the summary of our talk. Is car hacking research expensive and costly? So we're gonna try to buzz the myth about this. So that's our primary talk on this. So we need to get to know how to start with car hacking. Basically, you could if you don't have any hardware yet, you could try with a virtual instrument cluster. So you have the IC sim from Craig Smith, who wrote the Car Hacker's Handbook. So from there, you can create your virtual interface, and then you can try manipulating the cluster through sending CAN messages by using CAN utils. So here's how you set up your virtual CAN device without a device. So you're building your own or setting up your own virtual CAN device. So you have this command on your screen. Now, if you want to try on the UDS CAN messages, you can install UDS server by Craig Smith. So this is a sample of an ECU simulator that provides UDS support. So aside from that, as a car hacker, you need to install Car Hacking Tools by Jay Gamblin. So if you don't have other car hacking tools installed in your Linux machine, you could clone this repository and then install some of the essential stuff that gets you into car hacking. Basically, it has scripts for automating and also some tools related to CAN utils. So now, what we want to do now, because for example, you're already acquainted with a virtual CAN device, so you want a real hardware that you could test. So, like I said, we need to buzz the myth wherein, because some people are saying that car hacking is expensive. So basically, these are the tools that I actually like from my tool set that I have. So we have a NanoCAN, we have a CANTAC. For NanoCAN, you just need a PCB that Mintonet and I are actually giving out, and some of his friends as well. So you just need an Arduino Nano and an MCP2515. And just for $5, you could already build your own CAN hacking tool. For CANTAC, it costs, I think, $80 less, so I bought this one from DEF CON. And then STM32 CAN Sniffer by TechMaker. They're gonna open source this tool soon. And in fact, I got this for free by them because they're one of my friends. And then for the Value CAN 4, it costs like $160 or $170. And basically, it's really a good tool compatible with the Vehicle Spy, which is an enterprise tool for, practicing CAN hacking. So just would like to remind that my presentation is not sponsored by eBay. Basically, you could actually buy an instrument cluster in eBay for $20. So that's cheap. And if you want to go full-blown, you want to have a full-blown ECU kit that you could assemble. Here's a sample from Ford Mondeo, which costs $120. So as a starter pack for starting your car hacking journey, basically you actually just need an instrument cluster or maybe an ECU simulator that you could practice with those UDS messages. So for the starter pack, you just need your laptop, you just need a CAN bus module, take for example the MCP2515, and then solder it to an Arduino Nano, and then get an instrument cluster, determine the pins for the ground, the volts, and also the CAN high and the CAN low, so that you could start sending CAN messages to the instrument cluster so that you could manipulate the cluster. So here's, I'm also trying to, make CAN hacking or car hacking cheaper for guys who want to start. So you can actually build your own $5 CAN hacking tool. You just need a NanoCAN PCB. So this was actually started by Mintonet, wherein he gives out a PCB. And then you just need to buy MCP2515 and an Arduino Nano. So yeah, these are the components. So you can solder it. You can solder Arduino Nano on top and MCP2515 on bottom. There's a GitHub repo about that, so check it out. And you need to have additional components that you're going to need to attach the wire to pin 6 of CAN high of the MCP2515 and pin 14 to CAN low of MCP2515. So you could also buy this one on eBay or Amazon. So Mintonet also has a sample CAN sniffer in this repo, which allows you to sniff all the packets or CAN messages that your car is sending. So for example, if your car is actually running or just on accessory mode, or you have turned on your car and then the ECU is communicating with those components, so you can actually receive some messages by using the CAN receive all sketch from Mintonet. I've also included a link below to my other sketches. So you have fuzzers there that I've actually created. So there's a sample image that you can see from here. So if you spot me or Mintonet in a conference, if you're interested with the NanoCAN, just ask me and I will give it. I have a lot of extras so that you can start with your car hacking journey. So like I said, if you have the CAN utils, you just need to learn about CAN send, CAN gen, CAN dump. Those are one of the most used CAN utils commands, because CAN utils is composed of a lot of tools. You have the CAN replay, the CAN send, CAN gen, and CAN dump. With CAN send, you could send a single frame. With CAN gen, you could generate a lot of frames or specific frames. With CAN dump, you could dump the messages of your car. And this is also a good tool that I actually like. It's called Carrying Caribou. It's open source and free and runs on Python 3. So basically, it's a very good tool for sending, for fuzzing your car, especially, for example, UDS messages. And because we want to make our lives easier, here's a sample script. Take, for example, if you want to use CAN send. So this actually DOS the car. So this is a sample of a fire hose attack for a car, where you're sending the arbitration ID 0 and the data to 0. So it's possible that you could DOS the car. So if your car has a firewall, most likely this won't work. But for all the older models of cars, you can actually DOS the ECU of your car for this one. For scripting and automation, the developer of CANDAC has also made a good Python library called pyvit. And here's a sample script that you could use, wherein from this script, you're actually sending UDS arbitration ID for 7F1, and then your frame data to 0 times 27, 0 times 5F, and then another frame data for 27, 60, FE, and 1C. So those are in hex. So it's sending actually 2 datas with the ID or CAN frame, which is 7F1. And then if you want to try out those enterprise tools, it's kind of expensive actually. So you have the vehicle spy from my left. I mean from the left of the slide, and from the right side, that's the canoe. So if you have a lot of budget, you can actually try this enterprise tools. Now, I don't usually have a lot of demos, but I'm just going to show my hardware that I have at home. And here it goes. So basically, I uploaded a sketch to my CAN, and then this actually fuzzes the instrument cluster of Mazda 2. Here it goes. So just for $5, you could already create your own tool. And you could see there that the speedometer and the accelerometer are actually moving. So another thing I'm going to show you, okay, this one. So from this image, you can actually see that I'm actually sending CAN messages. Then I'm using NanoCAN to send message, and then I'm sniffing what was sent by NanoCAN using CANTAC. So I'm trying to fuzz the instrument cluster for a PG207. So that's it. And you know, with just a cluster for $20, you could already try this one and then have your NanoCAN to fuzz, play with your cluster, instrument cluster. So you don't need to have an actual car yet. You just need a couple of components that you could start so that you could play with the CAN. So basically, that's it. Sorry. Okay, sorry. So and that's all for the demo. Here are my references and credits. I would like to thank, of course, Craig Smith for his Car Hacker's Handbook, Mintonet for the NanoCAN, and then Car Hacking Village for getting started with CAN messages. And then we have the CAN Bus Basics with Hands-On Fuzzing by Ian Tabor, who is my mentor. And of course, shouts to the friends that I have, Car Hacking Village, Craig Smith, Ian Tabor, Carfucker, Fronders, the guys from TechMaker UA, ASRG, Automotive Security Research Group. You have the ASRG Singapore, Spectres, Jammy, and Semprex. So if you have any questions, just let me know.